10 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Fnatic's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Hello everybody and welcome to another day of MLG T.K.O tournament. This is going to be day 6. Man, we are having one hell of a day so far because what has happened is we're off to a little bit of late start, and that is actually we had some technical issues that just kind of wandered into the studio somehow. And yeah, we had to do a complete reinstall, and we are back though. We're good. Hopefully we're going to be good for the rest of the night as we got one hell of a day of Dota coming at us. The MLG T.K.O. We got the European division first, where we've got this game is going to be Fnatic versus PR. But after this, we'll have VP versus Next, and then Rocks Kids versus PR to wrap the day. So Power Rangers will be having a doubleheader today. But let's go ahead and focus on this game, guys, because we're already a little bit behind. As you can see, the draft is pretty far underway, where we've got Enchantress, Invoker, Nyx Assassin, and Visage all being banned out. We're going to see Fnatic go for good old Fnatic, picking up the Wisp Tiny very, very early on. Meanwhile, Power Rangers try and counter with a Crystal Main Mirana pickup. So a little bit more even-keeled on that Power Rangers side, while Fnatic going all in with the Wisp Tiny. We're going to see Furion and Puck banned out by Power Rangers, banning away one of the split pushers and one of the really good initiators for that relocate gank. We're also going to see OD and Ancient Apparition banned out by Fnatic, so taking away some of the really strong OD, just a strong laner with good AoE versus the Wisp Tiny, but also the Ancient Apparition, who has been a support, who has been favored more and more and more of late, and does have that global power that now with the Batrider pickup definitely could have been very, very strong on Power Rangers lineup. Fnatic could go ahead and pick up their second support. Venomancer is going to be their choice. Meanwhile, Power Rangers grabbed the Batrider that we mentioned earlier. So Control, picking up a lot of heroes that hit early on with Crystal Main and Mirana. If your Mirana is going to be a core here, she's going to be able to provide a lot of nuking damage early on that can contest some of that Wisp Tiny aggression, and then follow up the Batrider Control that he provides, being able to have that constant presence to either A, jump in. That's exactly what they're going to do. Power Rangers is going to get aggressive on this. They're going to go ahead and start doing a little bit of Nakes Bomb action with the Lifestealer Batrider combo. You combine any sort of stun with the Mirana, you've got a lot of early aggression and what could be an aggressive tri-lane as well. We'll have to see what happens here, because right now we do have 3 different cores already picked up by Power Rangers, so maybe this is going to be a laning bat in the middle role. Lifestealer in the safe lane, or they could always switch it up. Lifestealer has been run mid quite a number of times before, but with the Crystal Main and another aggressive support, they can easily go up against Fnatic with an aggressive tri-lane, and Fnatic may just thinking about dodging here, may go something like dual lanes with the Wisp Tiny in middle, Venomancer and some other pretty defensive core being picked up for that bottom lane, having to deal with it a tri-lane, and that will force Power Rangers to try and adjust. But we'll have to see what they're going to do. We will not be solo, hopefully, for the rest of the day. Sneaking did say he was going to come in, but he was not here by the time we needed to start the game. So hopefully he's going to be back sometime soon. But I'm interested to see. what what Fnatic go ahead and pick up here. Because right now, they need a little early game. They need a little early game to be able to deal with Power Rangers. If they can just win their lanes, they've got a clear-cut road to success right now. With the Wiz Tiny, that gives you a lot of late game power, a lot of presence in the mid game as well, and that's why that combo is so strong.
Weaver.
Dire team ban.
So hopefully we're going to get, sorry guys, we just got a couple of things we got to fix out real quick.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Anyway, we'll see what's going on. They're going to go ahead and pick up the Weaver. So we do have a little bit more mid to late game, and Weaver is a very, very strong counter versus the Lifestealer. He's a mobile enough hero that he doesn't have to worry about Lifestealer's attempt to lock you down, but also provides a lot of physical damage. None of it is magic, well, except for Shikuchi. But most of the part, Weaver's not picked on for any sort of magic damage. Being able to provide a little bit of minus armor, straight physical damage, has a lot of really good mid-game. However, you're lacking a little bit when you get to that 15 to 25 minute mark, and that's when Power Rangers are going to get really aggressive. And there's their secondary support. You're going to be seeing a Lion, which I'm not quite sure if that's... I'm not sure, it's just sure if enough and Fnatic go ahead and pick up the Undying. Oh, there. If you need to ask for any sort of early to mid game, that right there is pretty much perfect. I can't believe we're actually seeing this, but Fnatic are going to be running a very, very, what is typically 3 different supports. We're actually going to have one of them on a core. The question is it going to be an Undying with the Weaver? Just being able to provide some sort of lane control? Is Venomancer actually going to be a core here, or is it Undying as an off-lane sort of control? Being able to provide a lot in team fights, but not typically seen as a core. Anyway, hopefully, guys, we dropped a couple of frames early, but hopefully we're going to be good now.
Prepare for battle.
Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get this underway. Well, let's go ahead and cover who's playing what. On Fnatic's side, we got Fly, who's actually going to be playing that Undying, so we do have our answer. No Tail's going to be on the Wiz. Era on the Tiny. And we're going to see Trixie, who's going to be our core. So he's going to be going ahead and laning up with the Undying, trying to be aggressive. And that goes ahead and leaves Hani on that Weaver. Meanwhile, we got... All right, guys, we're going to be right back here.
30 seconds to battle.
All right, hopefully we're going to be good now. As basically we had an XSplit crash earlier, so we had some settings that ended up changing.
The battle
Hopefully we're going to be good now.
Invisibility!
Anyway, so we're going to be running an aggressive dual lane of Undying Venomancer, which is a very, very strong lane that is actually able to contest most tri-lanes, just because it has so much early lane presence. We are going to have that Wiz Tiny go ahead and run mid. So any attempt by PR to go ahead and shut that down with a tri-lane, we're not going to see the case. Instead, they're going to have to run dual lanes in the middle because there's just no way you can put 3 heroes in that middle lane, which leaves Hani, the Weaver, going up against the Bat Rider, which is a pretty damn decent lane for him. So he's going to be pretty happy about that one. Starts off with the Invis, but isn't really going to offer him a whole lot in the lane. as it stands right now, pretty much the Mirana Crystal Main's going to have to go ahead and jungle a whole bunch early on. Pick up level 2, pick up level 3. This will give Mirana a early advantage in the lane by being able to pick up that extra solo CS. Basically, what you need to do here is get Mirana to that level 5 as soon as possible. That way you have that arrow combo with Starstorm, able to give you a lot of nuking damage. Crystal Main can go ahead and roam in every once in a while, give in those 2 nukes. And that should be enough to pop one of these heroes, but they're going to have to be a little out of position. No-Tail, you could see, he's being pretty aggressive right now in trying to harass ZXC because he could just go ahead and use up those tangles to heal Era as well. Meanwhile, Moon's going to have to deal with this pretty aggressive Undying and Venomancer combo. You can see already Trixie early on picked up the Poison Sting in order to slow down Moon and provide some of that harassment, and Fly's just going to be spamming out some of that decay whenever he has that full mana. And there it is. That's first Smoke Gank is going to be heading towards that middle lane. They want to be able to shut down the Tiny early on. J4 going to go straight forward here as he's not quite in range. There it is. Finally gets in range of the Impale. Going to be able to fall off the extra disables, but No-Tail will be able to provide that heal as Bottle was just picked up by him. Even without that, though, he was going to be well behind. Moon, meanwhile, he's going to be having troubles at top. First blood. Fly and Trixie, if you're just able to get that slow off before the rage goes down, you slow them up, and that damage is just a little bit too much, especially since Lifestealer is known for having very low armor for a strength hero. So these auto attacks are going to be hitting a lot, especially once we have a couple of strength stolen by Fly. And then he doesn't have the greatest HP pool in the world for a strength hero. So he actually is going to be copping a lot of damage per hit, especially once those decays start taking away a lot. So the first gank fails by PR, and Fnatic are controlling their lane at top. Let's go ahead and take a look at that bottom lane, where right now, Hani, yeah, he's having a good time. 13, 14, and 5 now versus Batrider's 5 and 4. You got to feel for the stand-in right now. Scandal is having a rough day versus this Weaver, and it's not about to get any easier. It's not about to get easier at all. So hopefully he's going to be able to fix that. He just needs to be able to pick up level 6, though, and you're going to see him rotate out. Hopefully he'll be able to have... Oh, man. Just backing up the Mirana. Look at this. I love when this early bottle is picked up. Basically, No-Tail went for like a fast bottle build, but on the support hero, and he just allowed his Tickle to be able to get him that bottle fairly early on. You see the way that bottle is able to provide so much extra presence and sustain in the lane, because they could just throw out like they did earlier. Just go ahead and throw down a toss and some wisp balls and just back ZXC up, because Mirana is a very squishy hero. Batrider did get the kill at bottom. F-God. FNG making that rotation around into the enemy jungle and finding that pickoff. So checking up, guys. Looks like we're going to be good for the stream now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Crystal Maiden just making sure we get that regen rune, and FNG can completely go ahead and stay in the Radiant jungle if he wants to, and just be able to constantly have that presence in from the side, but also be able to gank bottom repeatedly if he wants to. Keep Hani away from that level 6 as much as possible, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. How's this top lane doing? Moon, 9 and 2. CS is just falling apart right now for PR. Both of their side lanes are doing awful. Middle, though, Mirana, ZXC just gets popped. He gets a little too close to the fire, and he gets burnt. Once he sees that opportunity, he's just able to throw out the stun. And honestly, it can happen at any point in time. ZXC just can't do much about that unless he has some sort of heavy control hero to be able to interrupt the combo. And right now, J4 is spending most of his time. Crystal Main, surprised he's going to go for this. This is an Undying. They do get the slow up on Lifestealer. He's going to have a hard time getting there, but Fly, he has to run the other direction. Heals himself up a little bit more. Tombstone is going to do a lot of work here. Gets the decay off at the last second, but he's going to go down for it, but they're going to pay for it. FNG, he's going to be dead. This is possibly a triple coming out for Trixie as he's slowing down everyone. Moon, zombies are pursuing him. Lions down, and Trixie's just trying to get in range. The ward slows him down just a little bit, but Trixie knows he can't quite finish him off. So still, that was a 1 for 2. ZXC, they didn't even commit anything there. Era didn't even have the mana for a combo, but they already forced out a leap from her. And he was looking towards an early Midas.
Is under attack.
Gank kind of slowed everything down for him. Still picking up a lot of CS, though. He's still winning that lane despite the fact that he got ganked fairly early on. In fact, all of the lanes are winning. for TXD in some serious trouble. There goes that combo. And again, can't do anything about it. Can't do anything about it. At least they got the kill in bottom though, because they rotated 2 supports down and Scandal goes ahead and throws in that slow.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Top, they're just chasing Moon away. Chasing him away, that's all they have to do. FNG, meanwhile, they're actually getting a little close to their ultimates now. Once J4 has that, obviously that's going to be a lot of presence. Meanwhile, Tier 1 tower is going to go down at top. Just trying to finish that one up, but so far Fnatic are crushing it. They are absolutely crushing it.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Reinforcement's going to go ahead and come middle. Scandal has been able to pick up his Blink Dagger and wants to be able to gank, but right now they're clearing up their stack. Oh, man. About that, guys. I've just been trying to keep track of the stream. We had some serious issue going on as XSplit actually crashed on us earlier and mid-install, mid-update, and completely wrecked the whole entire program. So we had to do a whole entire reset of everything. We've been scrambling to get everything up. Hopefully we're going to be good now. We apologize for that little bit. Moonlight Shadow going to go down, and Scandal going to go ahead and gank up Fly. Fly does have the time to throw down a Tombstone as well as did K, so he's going to be a tough guy to kill here. And Trixie is going to be sticking around. Wants to be able to finish off Scandal. Here comes that teleport though. Relocate comes in. Batrider falls. Now No Tail going to get bursted down, and this is going to leave Era stranded. No armor to be able to protect him against Moon's auto attacks, and he's just getting cleaned up. So a fatal error potentially. ZXC, they have to finish off this Tombstone. He's getting chased down. Trixie's actually, oh, the finger of death blows him up, and barely FNG. No, not quite. Wards are going to be able to finish him up. Everyone else should be good, not dying from poison anywhere else. Very, very close fight there. If only Trixie had been able to come in and throw down that ultimate a little bit earlier, maybe they would have been able to clean up a rest of these heroes. But as it is, Fnatic overestimating their damage a little bit much, especially with those 2 supports of PR. Lion being able to pick up his ultimate fairly early on and just bursting down the wisp. But you could see Fnatic still have a lot of gold on their table. Still well out ahead. 4,000 gold lead still after that engagement. Experience did drop down quite a bit. That's what happens when you're winning and you lose a team fight like that. Experience is really, really hurt. So they give up a lot of levels to the way of Power Rangers, who are now pretty much even. And another gank at middle. They have to help out ZXC as much as possible because, as said, this combo is too damn dangerous to be able to deal with.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It looks like we're finally up again. Apologies again against all the technical issues that we had earlier. You can see Scandal really wants to gank middle, but Fnatic are aware of this. Fnatic are pretty aware that they're going to have to be dealing with a lot of ganks about this point in time. This is where Batrider needs to get really, really aggressive. But if anything, if they want to go ahead and play the passive game right now and they feel there are too many heroes mid, at any point in time, these 2 heroes at top can definitely set up something for a relocate, which is up now. So Moon needs to be a little bit careful here because if he gets caught out, no, dodges the Venomous Gale. He's now going to try and Rage Teleport out. That is the one issue that Fnatic don't have any sort of control up against the Rage Teleport. They don't have any magic immune stuns to be able to throw out. So Mech is going to be picked up fairly early on by Trixie, so not allowing No Tail to go for something else because he's going to be pretty underfarmed, as all he's doing is just sitting here. helping out Era as much as possible. Looks like Fly's going to actually be picking up most of the wards and leaving No-Tail a little bit of extra gold to work with. And he definitely does need some sort of stat item up on Wisp, because you're going to be seeing the same exact thing every single time, as you can have Lion trying to burst him down with that Finger of Death every single time. Crystal Maiden and Lion are trying to gank top, but Fnatic always one step ahead. They've got this really good, they had some really good ward that was able to see earlier. The rotations from middle. And now they're just waiting it out. And Fnatic keep on growing that gold lead. And remember, they do have really strong late game as well. Wisp is a monster to go up against, but then you have the Weaver being able to contribute as well. Very dangerous. No-Tail's got to be a little careful here, because we do have supports rotating in. A point booster is already up for Era, so working his way towards that Aghanims, and he's looking pretty good. Look at that net worth. Already past the 5K mark, 12 minutes in. And Weaver's not going to be far behind. Suffering a little bit right now due to the constant ganks at that bottom, but he picked up a Midas. So he's going to be able to catch up, and we're actually going to have Moon. You almost want to classify this as a recovery Midas due to the really bad lane he had to deal with. He's actually going to be picking up one of his own in just another 150 gold. Trixie and Undying, man, there's no heroes that can go up against this combo for Power Rangers. Unless they get some sort of surprise gank, which is exactly what's going to try and happen here at this top lane. Hani has to be a little bit careful. There it is. Just burst it down. Oh, it just happened so soon. And Scandal was sitting there just kind of waiting for it, too. But they weren't quite ready for it. And Era just burst down ZXC real quickly. It doesn't look like the supports. I mean, this was going to be a hard gank anyway, but Hani actually is able to push out the lane. They're going to have to just wait it out. Wait out for Moon to force in this lane.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
These supports in the Batrider not getting the pickoffs they need right now, which is why Weaver was a pretty strong pickup. Not only does it give you more mid to late game, but they're just going to be playing this out. Nice. Hani goes ahead, runs forward. Up the time lapse, and immediately Shukuchi's out. No, gets caught by the Frostbite at the last second, gets blown up. Oh, Hani made a terrible mistake there, thinking that he was going to be able to get out. Now support's going to have to go middle, because they have to keep up these skanking. Continue to shut down Arrow, who's going to get Frostbitten up. J4, actually, here comes Scandal. Gonna pull him back, No-Tail. Oh, what a great Hex! They're actually gonna be able to burst down No-Tail before he gets the relocate. No! Doesn't get it! Just barely able to keep himself alive with the magic wand, and now it's a disaster for Power Rangers. FNG even turns around to try and finish off No-Tail. Mirana comes in from behind, and it will snag that one, but it's still a 1-for-3. Era gonna be able to push in this tower, and if they get it, that's gonna mean Aghanims. That's going to mean an Aghanims for
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Lincoln's going to be the item choice, and no surprise, with a Batrider and a Lion up. You've got too many single target spells leading the way that Hani can think about anything else other than a Lincoln's. He gets jumped by the Lion, he gets jumped by the Batrider, he's pretty much guaranteed dead. Those disables last too long, so has to go for Lincoln's here. And No-Tail, with his teleport in, is going to kind of abuse that whole, that extra bit of bottle and charge that you get from being able to come straight from the fountain. Heals Hani, or excuse me, heals Era up a little bit, and now we have that Aghanims. Power Rangers are just kind of lost right now. They know they have to get aggressive, and something that they haven't used in a little while, Moonlight Shadow. They've got 4 heroes up at this top lane. He might get spied out here. FNG, counter ward being laid down, and they do got it. And that means Hani's gonna go down. And just one of those disables is all it takes. So they are shutting down Hani, but Era is looking very big with a 15-minute Aghanims. Plus drums as well. He's looking hot. Even Fly has a Vid booster picked up fairly early on. And how's Trixie doing? He's finished off his mech, has a Ring of Aquila. And I'm wondering what his next item is going to be. Whether he goes for that really kind of aggressive Blink Dagger and just tries to get off the ultimate every single time immediately in team fights. But that also means you're going to be suiciding your mech, so maybe not the best idea.
Shadows, take us.
Moonlight Shadow is popped. His Power Ranger is going to have to retreat here. And put the tower into deny range though, and that's good. But the fact that they don't feel comfortable taking team fights right now is a very bad sign. And Power Rangers just kind of backing up. They need to smoke up. They need something right now because time is really running short for Power Rangers. 17 minutes in, 11-10, and yes, it looks kind of close when you talk about kills. The gold lead doesn't really reflect that. Almost a 10,000 lead. Probably going to see that break K by 20 minutes. Experience a little bit more even though. And experience is very important for this Power Rangers team. You've got a lot of heroes, especially this support Lion, who depend pretty heavily on those levels and don't really care about a whole lot else. But I think that Fnatic just drafted this superbly. I was a little bit questioning about the Weaver pickup, honestly, but it's a strong solo. And really, the Venomancer Undying combo is what made this. And we've seen Undying being picked up more and more in these specific situations. FNG be forced to pick up the haste room because Fnatic, they wanted to be able to get it up to ZXC, but they just kind of forced him away. Scandal does pick up Boots of Travel, what we saw earlier. And it's going to be an Aghanim Scepter. And this actually is really a good amount of damage. A point booster and another 1,000 gold. We're already halfway to that Aghanim. So once you're able to have that level 2 ultimate with Ags, it does an amazing amount of damage. And you know, not all of these heroes are going to be able to purchase BKBs. So interesting idea. Hani almost has his Lincolns. And everyone's playing pretty passive right now. Power Rangers just wanting to get up a little bit of extra farm. ZXC, I really think he's going to have to go for a flat damage sort of build, like straight into a Desolator almost. Just because I think if he delays this with the BKB or a Lincoln's, probably BKB would be your best bet. But if he delays this with the BKB, I'm honestly not sure if they're going to be able to shut Fnatic down in time. And you have an AC up on Tiny. In fact, he's almost got that level 16. Once you have that level 3 ultimate mixed in with an AC, Tiny carry is online, man. He's going to be hitting like a truck. He's going to continue to split push and keep up the pressure on the map, but Power Rangers are not slowing down the ganks on Hani whatsoever. They smoke up. They're waiting for Hani to show his face in lane. He's not going to. But after a while, they're going to get impatient and probably go into the enemy jungle, and that's where they may find their pickoff.
Radiant's middle tower
And you
is
know,
under
patience
attack.
is a virtue, but not right now for Power Rangers. And Hani's going to get revealed. Oh, maybe not. We're going to try and get that Shukuchi damage, but Power Rangers not going to find the gank. They throw down a smoke. They even use Firefly to try and put Batrider in a position to scout things out. Nothing to be found. Moon gonna go straight for a Basher here, which is an interesting choice. Wants to be able to have some lockdown so he can just pop that Rage and immediately jump on to the Tiny.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And it if he can bash up the Tiny a good couple of times. Oh, J4 may get caught out here, but they don't have the stuns. Realized that was Undying teleporting in top though. Fly getting caught out. He's gonna go down. Gets found in the enemy jungle, being a little greedy and gets bit for it, but we're gonna have a Vlad soon up. So Wisp, instead of choosing, I was thinking a little bit of stat items, honestly, because they're just the fear of Finger of Death, pretty much being able to pop this really, really squishy hero. Once you go down, Tiny loses pretty much half of his effectiveness in team fights because of that damage reduction mixed in with the attack speed and the heal coming out. Well, I was expecting more survivability, but Vlad's is going to be a nice pickup if he can stay alive. No Tail cops the hero for Era. Ever the support player, No Tail. Even taking arrows for his carry. What a chump.
Dire's bottom tower is under
He's
attack.
jump in. We're actually going to have Scandal. Era's very, very tanky. The Finger Dead trying to pop No Tail very, very quickly. Interrupts the relocate as well. And this leads. Oh, what a great impale. Going to hold up Era and Trixie a little bit longer. Era, one more auto attack, and they've got it. Heals up with a little bit of Magic Wand. Charges Scandal. Chill trying to get that auto attack and finally does get it. ZXC, though, he's going to go down here. Auto attack will be able to clean him up with the Gale already up on him. 2 for 1 is both of the supports barely get out. Scandal should be okay as he does have a Blink Dagger. Not a bad exchange. As they do finally shut down the big Tiny. Isn't great either. Moon going for just straight up damage. And honestly, I think that's a smart idea. We'll see how he deals with this though. Staff is now grabbed by Scandal, and that's a big upgrade because as it stood right now, especially with Boots of Travel picked up before the Force Staff, Scandal didn't really have a way. When he jumped in and grabbed these heroes, he didn't have a way to really pull them back into enemy territory. So that's definitely going to help out a lot. But it's still a 12K net worth up on a Tiny. The gold lead is beginning to pull back down a little bit. Same goes in experience. Fly actually, J4 gonna jump in and Trixie's in some serious trouble. He's gonna be held up. Here comes the relocate though. ZXC gets off that Starstorm, gets tossed into his ally though, and he's gonna be able to provide the extra damage to kill both of them. As No Tail Spirits go ahead and finish off. J4 is trying to get away, so an attempt at initiation. Unless you're initiating on the Tiny Wisp, it's not worth it. Era is big enough to take down all the heroes. Interesting choice of Reaver picked up fairly early on. Maxing out the survivability. Moon does find his opportunity to get aggressive here. Tombstone's going to be able to slow him up though, and Trixie is just a little bit too tanky. Hooded Defiance is up on him. And mixed in with the mech, he's not taking a whole lot of damage from anybody. And is now able to finish off that pipe. Oh, I thought that point booster was going to go ahead and pick up an Aghanim's, and that's definitely going to be his item of choice later on. Unless he's going to go Scotty. Something crazy. He just gives himself, you see this a lot of heroes that do go either Bloodstone or Aghanim's or something like that. They get the point booster first and sometimes consider other items later because point booster, the stats that it gives you is just unbelievable.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So with that pipe, should be able to mitigate a little bit of that magic damage coming the way, specifically for No Tail. If he can get up that pipe and save No Tail's life, we've seen it every single time, and with the Blink Dagger picked up by J4, this is only going to continue. And now he's going to be able to have that positioning.
Dire's
nice deny.
tower has been denied.
Blink away. Hani will find Scandal, but if they can turn, now they have to have 2 different disables to be able to get through that Linken's that was picked up by Hani earlier. They also have to be wary of that relocate. It is up and No Tail has a haste rune, so that's going to be able to help out a lot in this next team fight. He can teleport Era into danger, but pop the haste rune to be able to protect himself. And Moon gets caught out. Just has to teleport away. Well, ZXC may get popped here as the stun is going to be able to hold him up. long enough for the toss auto attack combo to finish him. It is not ZXT's day to have any fun.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're finishing up the tier 3 tower, and
Dire's
Power Rangers
bottom
aren't even
tower
adjusting
has
to this
fallen.
right now. They're still looking for some sort of gank, but here comes the jump. Relocate might be able to provide some help. Trixie being held up now gets off that ultimate. They're not coming in. They just want to be able to finish off the racks. Now the relocate comes in, and Heroes are in trouble. Power Rangers loses 2, a third goes down, fourth now. J4 left alive against the masses, but not for long. As an early GG is called by
Dire's
Power
bottom
Rangers,
barracks are
and
under
it's
attack.
no surprise.
Fnatic
They finish off
victory.
tier 3, they finish off melee racks, come in and still crush the team fight against Power Rangers. All right, guys, we're going to be able to finish this up. This game, we're going to have a bit of a 10-minute break, which hopefully we'll be able to fix a couple of things with that. But next up, we got VP versus Next. So that's going to be your next game coming up. So guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.